Welcome to Homestead Gardens and Homestead. Thank you for joining me today. This is the area where I chop and dropped the beans that were through and ready to be dug out. I did not dig them out. I chopped them into place all the way to the ground, and then I just laid them down where they were growing. When I water, I do spray that area. The ideal time to chop and drop is when it's rainy. Here in Texas, this time of year, it's not rainy, and I'm not going to waste all the things that are starting to come to the end of their cycle. I'm going to use them. All I have to do is water it in. And you don't have to make it soggy. I just kind of spray over it, and then I go on to actually watering my plants. And I'll stomp on it every now and then just to kind of keep it down and in place. Don't want the wind blowing it around, although if it did, that would be fine. But what I want to do in the area beside this and up to it is I want to aerate the soil. I do this a few times a year when I think I need it, but mainly when I take up something, I will aerate the area because you've been walking on it to harvest, and you want your soil aerated. Now this can be done in a few ways. There are people who buy the shoes that have the nails in the bottom. Chickens are saying hello. The nails in the bottom, and they walk in their yard with those shoes when they're working in their yard. Great for those people that can do that. I can't do that. I can't walk in those shoes. So there's also a broad fork, and it's about this big. Two people can probably get on it, and you do large areas at a time. If you have a large area, that's a good thing, but in a small garden like mine, and doing different areas at different times, that's just not really a good plan for me. When a spade works just as good, and also that means I don't have to buy another tool. The soil is very important. We have to take care of our soil. Soil is like the living skin of the earth, Matt Powers likes to say. It's the most diverse and life-rich medium on this planet, and all things come from it and all things return to it. So we have to realize that soil is created through biological and chemical process that go on in the soil, and the community that is formed underneath the soil, you don't want to rip that out with tilling. Now I understand that when you first start your garden, especially if you can't wait that year, to put down the cardboard and the compost and the mulch and let the worms go to work on that, I understand tilling that very first time. Although when you till up, you're really just kind of throwing those weeds into the air, and you'll really have to stay on it. But I understand you having to do that the first time. But after that, you should never till again. When it breaks up, not just throwing the weeds everywhere, it breaks up that community of stuff growing underground, the fungi and all the different organic matter that's in there. And that organic matter is critical for your soil and for the food web that's underneath the soil, and it's critical for growing food and supporting the life that is inside it. So we have to kind of care for our soil. We are supposed to be caretakers of the earth anyway, so we should be caring for our soil. Now, I'm not going to till, and I'm not going to go deep. I just want to aerate. I just want to make some area right here on top where water can get down and get through, and the soil can just kind of open up just a little bit. So that's it. I mean, it may be about this far, and I don't turn it over. I'm just going to lift it up, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it again. I'll lift it up. So you're just aerating. You're not tilling. You're not turning anything over. You're just moving it, putting the holes in there so it has the air, and That's all you do. Come over a little bit. Now when you do this, this is a good time to go through and get all this little grass that's growing up. And you know what I'm going to do with it? Because there's no seed on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it over here. People look at grass and weeds as an enemy. They're not an enemy. They can be used in your garden. I feed a lot of it to my chickens. They're very grateful for the greens that come out of my garden. So a lot of time I'll feed the grass to the girls. But also you can use it as mulch, especially if you don't have any other, and all you're depending on are your leaves, your plants that you're pulling up. Your grass and weeds will be a good thing to add to that. After I go through aerating, I will come through here. Now this isn't critical to you. You don't have to do this, but it will only benefit your soil. I will come through here with azomite, and I'll just give it a little sprinkling of azomite to put back any of those minerals that have been stripped from the ground through the growing of the plant. All our plants are constantly underground, the roots. They're digging up minerals and oxygen and nitrogen, and they're pulling it up into their leaves and the buds to give us food. So it's important to put it back. One of the greatest ways to put it back is to chop and drop. But I also add azomite. Now, I don't add as much as I used to, because I used to probably once a month just come out into my garden and just throw it everywhere. And I still do that every once in a while if I'm thinking about it, but it's not a critical thing to me anymore, because my soil has been built up to the point to where I don't have to do that anymore. And if you take care of your soil, it'll take care of you, just like your garden will, because it will grow your food beautiful, strong, give you lots of abundant harvest. And realized that you couldn't see the ground, so you didn't know how deep I was telling you to go. That's it. About this far. And you just pull up. You don't turn it over, you just pull it up, and you come back a little bit, and you do the same. And just pull it up. You do that all the way down. And at this time, like I said, it's a good time to come up and pick your grass, what little you have. That was funny. The kids had their first experience with a gecko, and it really scared them at first. But I showed them that it won't hurt them, and hopefully they won't be as scared of them anymore. They're the cutest little things, and they don't hurt anything, so hopefully. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this all through this garden area, all through back through here, up to my longevity spinach, and taking up any grass that I can. And one thing that I noticed while I was doing this, let me take you over here. While I was digging, I found some plants that I didn't know that I had. Let me see if I can get in on that. See that little thing? It was smothered out with grass. It's a pepper plant. I'm not sure if we planted it. There's not a tag around it. I usually mark what I plant where, but so there it is, that tiny little thing covered up. So this is another area where I did the chop and drop from some black-eyed peas. I put them all along the fence line, hoping that they'll smother out some of that grass and work on the soil over there. And beside it, I planted another session of beans. I didn't get a really good harvest of these beans this year, so I thought that I would try them again. Now, these are beans. These are not the black-eyed peas. I'm not replanting those here. I have them in 2 other areas in my other garden. I just got up all the squash out of this bed right here, and I'm going to do a little amending to the soil, and then I'm going to be planting kale. I have kale over in the other garden in the back, and we're wanting to use that bed for something different because it's one of the raised beds, and we're wanting to use it for something different, so we're going to be moving the kale over to this area. Well, we actually won't be moving the plants that are over there. We'll be planting new plants. While I was digging this up and getting this prepared, I did it just like I did the one earlier with my spade, just going in so far, lifting up, you know, and getting out any grass that was in there. What I did find though were some small potatoes, because I had planted potatoes in here before the squash, and apparently a few missed. I just left them in place thinking, well, maybe they'll grow. But while I was doing this, I asked the kids if they would help me pick up the pears. And
Molly, hi Fisher Day fan. Ah, yeah. Woohoo! Booga! Oh. Oh, no. Whoa! Watch me.
oh, that one went everywhere, didn't it?
Whoa, hey, wait, yeah. We can be ninjas. It's sucky of this. After what? Ninjas.
This is one of the beds of peas that I planted to work on the soil, and this is right outside my back door, and they're growing, looking really good, and doing their job. Hopefully I'll be getting some peas off these soon. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, share the videos. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Thank you for joining me again, and have a very wonderful day, and I hope to see you again soon.